Looks like it's time to go live.
Yes, I think it is. Tom, have you determined whether we have a quorum? I think we're awfully close.
We have 7 members I saw here, so
Yeah, I think we do.
I
Yes.
believe that achieves a quorum.
So let's call the meeting of the Bond Oversight Committee for Lane Community College to order on June 10th, 2024. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. We have one announcement and basically one order of business and 2 announcements. One will come right at the end. And I'm hoping that the announcement that I'm about to make will get here soon. Let's go ahead and I'll introduce him whether he's actually here or not, and then we'll go on to our meeting. It's my great pleasure to welcome a new member to the committee appointed by the board of directors of the Lane Community College School Board, a gentleman by the name of Bill Hirsch, who, if you look at his resume, is eminently well qualified to serve on this committee and actually to run a whole bunch of operations on his own. He has a master's degree in architecture in 1972, which makes him a near contemporary of me. He has had a work experience that takes up half a page. The one that really popped out at me was that he was the facilities and transportation director for the Eugene School District. Of course, Eugene School District has a whole bunch of buildings, and it had a whole bunch of work to do during the time that he was there from 1992 to 2007. As a consultant and project manager, he's worked with the Beaverton School District, the Portland School District, Eugene, Siuslaw, Pleasant Hill, the Washington State Major League Baseball Stadium, and a number of other things. And I still don't see him, but when he shows up, we'll all greet him. This, of course, is a board appointment, doesn't require any action on our part. But I wanted you to know that we have a new member who is eminently qualified to second guess what the staff is doing. I got a laugh out of Tom. I'm glad to get that. Thank you, Tom, for their work. And so on to the real reason for this meeting. The charge to this committee, when the board established it after the 2020 election, is partly contained in the report itself that we're about to review on the second page. It's 4 items on it. And the last of those items says the committee chair shall present a report annually to the Board of Education. So what I'm proposing tonight is that the committee review the report that Tom primarily and I secondarily worked on as my report to the board. And I think all of you have received copies. And I think that we could read it, or we can simply skip that since you've all received it already, and simply go directly to questions, comments, or thoughts. Tom, you first.
Oh, I see Bill. He put in
here's
the
Bill.
chat and he's coming in. So I just wanted to let people know that.
Yes, Bill, I have gone through an extensive and very positive introduction of you already, so we're not going to go that, but welcome and thank you so much for joining this committee and for putting your huge expertise in the affairs that we're dealing with to work on behalf of Lane Community College. We appreciate it. So back to the item on the agenda, the draft memorandum of draft. Let me just say the history of this is that the first report, I extensively prepared the cover letter. Tom prepared most of the guts of the report because it was based on the materials that we had reviewed during the year. This time he prepared almost all of it. I added a sentence or two based on my desire to congratulate the new members who have already contributed a great deal to this committee's work just in the last since the last meet or in the last meeting. So anyway, let's go on, and I would like to entertain comments. And I think, Tom, you had your hand up first, so why don't you go, and then we'll hear from committee members' questions and thoughts about what we should be submitting to the board.
No, I had nothing. I might ask Amy, do you have the memo available to put on the screen so people can see that perhaps? And
Yeah, and I hope everyone received a copy. It should have come to you, I think, on Thursday or Friday.
it was sent out Friday, and I appreciate Amy sending it out again about, half an hour ago, maybe, or something.
Just
okay.
barely.
Right.
Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm hoping that the report is wonderful and it'll be a short meeting, but if it's not and we need to make changes, we're perfectly ready to do that.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm going to share it with you.
Okay. Yeah, and you see, it's pretty hard to see because unless you can make it a lot bigger, pretty hard to see. But I think everybody's had it. Has anybody not had a chance? Anybody not had a chance to review the report?
Can you see it on there? Hold on 1 second.
Yes,
Okay.
we can see thumbs up.
Yeah, and I see a hand. Alan, you're up.
Hi, I just want to say, I think the report was very smoothly written. It picked up the nuances that we needed to proclaim, and I was impressed with it. I would vote to accept it as is. And thank you, both of you gentlemen, for pulling this together.
Thank you very much, Alan. And most of the credit goes to Tom. He did most of the work.
Yeah.
If there's problems with it, that they're my fault. Renee, please, and then Roger.
Yes, thanks. Alan, thanks for making that comment. I was going to say the same thing. I thought it read very well, and I particularly appreciated the couple paragraphs towards the end talking about some potential new metrics that can be part of future reports, as well as a little bit more information on other sources of funding that can be tapped. So I think overall it's a good job.
Thank you. And who was next? Was it Roger?
My remarks would be to parrot those that were already made. I thought it was particularly well done. I thought the crafting of it was very positive, and I thought the comments having to do with the new metrics we talked about were incisive and right on target.
Thank you. Devin, please.
I think it's a great report. I was just wondering if we could add more detail on how effectively the funding for the bond has been managed. I think that would be an important piece to go further on. I don't think that's been touched up too much in the memo report.
Could you say a little more about what you think ought to be added?
Yeah. I was just thinking in light of just fiscal responsibility and showing the board that we are doing our best. If we could talk a little more about how effectively the funding for the measure has been dealt with, and maybe including something about what we've done so far. I know that we've talked a little bit about that in the report, but some more detail would be great.
Yeah. Thank you. I would refer you to the part near the end that refers to our minutes and the reports that Tom and others submitted to the committee, which are found on board docs. That's right in the concluding paragraph. So
Amy,
anybody
that'd
who
be
wanted
page
more
3.
detail could actually go there. Tom, go ahead.
I just telling Amy to look at page 3 so that we can all see it.
Yes, that's the conclusion at the end is a key part of this report. Your committees, and I'm going to read it. Your committees of the opinion that the projects will be reviewed with able help of staff comply with the promises the board made to the taxpayers and voters of the district based on the material we have reviewed and the conversations committee members had with staff during our public meetings. Should the board or others wish to review additional material, our very complete minutes and documents can be found in board docs. So the point of this is that any member of the public can go to those minutes and the materials and review them in detail themselves and ask whatever questions they want, either to us or to the board. And then finally, the last paragraph, based on our review, your committee believes the college has and will continue to keep faith with the taxpayers and voters as outlined in its representations made before the May 2020 approval of the bond measure. So that's basically our everything is okay statement. I don't know if Devin, if that helps you as you think about this or not, but love to hear your comment about that clarification.
No, that definitely helps. I just don't think I understood it very well. It helped to look over it again. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and what this means then is that the report isn't so voluminous that people can't read it, and it also directs them to board docs to look at for more information. And I don't know who was first, Wendy or Kyle, but how about we go with Wendy next?
Yeah, okay, thanks. Since this is just my second meeting, just a question on, so have these annual reports have been done since 2021? And is this like a similar format, or can we look at the other reports? I guess that's like 3 questions.
Tom, those are in board docs, aren't they? And I think the first one was in 22, but I may be
I
wrong.
think it was 22 because we formed it in 21. So the first one was in June of 22. Very similar format, basically started with the same old documents, I guess, and have updated it, tried to get feedback. I try to take notes along the way. Amy has helped remind me of a couple of things along the way that she noticed in the meetings. So that's been, and again, just updating some of where projects are and stuff like that. Does that help you, Wendy?
Yeah, and those reports are in board docs, are they not?
They should all be in board docs. It is under, you have to go, generally board docs comes up and it's for the board itself, but there is, you can click on committees and the bond oversight committee is there, along with other campus committees that those on campus are probably used to. So.
Right. So Wendy, if you want to go back and review the history, that would be a convenient way to do it. And then Kyle, please.
Yeah, my kind of question was about board docs. I've tried to poke around there earlier today, and I can't really find any of our minutes or any of these other reports. I can't seem to find anything under the bond oversight committee that was in reference to this document.
Amy, could you send another email to the committee members with exactly how you get into that thing? I will tell you, I have poked around
I know
on myself before I could find it.
Yeah, I know that, it was before Amy's time. I'm not sure which one, but we did have one that we could send out again. Yeah, that was a memo.
Do that. I'll send out a link and show you where to click so you can know exactly where to go.
Thank you.
You almost have to think like the guy who set up the system sometimes in order to find stuff. I will say that the state of Oregon's website is much, much worse than Lane Community College. For Kyle, if that helps at all. Did you have something else, Kyle? Your hand is still up. No. Amanda, please.
I just want to make sure, good evening, everyone. I just want to make sure you saw my comment in the chat that if there's a way to even add links in our document, because I too have the joys of searching through board docs and it's not that straightforward, especially when I find I have other committees I'm involved with. So I can only imagine external people to the college may have the same struggles, which we just heard people express. So I just wanted to throw that out there to make it more user friendly for external people viewing our work.
That's a great suggestion. That, of course, doesn't have to be part of the report, but it could easily be sent with it. Is that possible, Tom or Amy?
Amy's
that?
nodding, yes. I hate to give her
Yes.
more work, but
And I see that there are some links in the chat. Is the chat part of the public record?
It is not,
Okay,
but we will list that within minutes.
so we want to make sure that it becomes part of the public record somehow. And I'm struggling right now to figure out how I can make my computer save this, save these links.
I'll send these links in the next email, and then we'll make sure that they're posted on the board docs as well.
That'd be helpful. That way we've complied with the public records requirement. Okay, other comments, thoughts, questions? Suggestions? Are we ready for a motion?
Sure.
That we pass it. on.
Roger?
Yeah, I move that we approve this letter and charge the chair with forwarding it to the board.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in
Alan,
favor, raise a hand or say aye.
aye.
Okay. And all opposed? I think it's unanimous. Did anybody vote no?
Mhm.
I guess not. Thank you so much. I appreciate, and I'm sure Tom appreciates getting this report done and off to the board. We have one additional item on the agenda, which Amy was kind enough to set up for us, and that is that we're hoping to have future meetings on October 21st, April 21st, and then June 9th of April 21st of next year and June 9th of next year. The June 9th meeting would be the mirror of this meeting for the next annual report. Again, another hopefully very short meeting. And I'm sure that if this works for board members, or for committee members, that Amy will make sure that we get that for our calendars. Any thoughts about those meeting times? Those are the times that comply with our previous requests that we hold at least 2 meetings a year that are substantive. In between those meetings, we expect reports to come in that would be helpful for us in preparation and also for asking questions sort of in between. Have I got that right, Tom, more or less?
yeah, I expect to get in July, we'll be doing an email report with things updated. And then when is it? That's January again that I think we do the other one. So those are
Those, in addition to these meetings that we were talking
normal Zoom
about.
meetings, yes.
And for new members, the October 21st and April 21st meetings will take a lot longer than this one, because we will be reviewing long, complex documents full of numbers from Tom and others. I expect that there, as always, there will be pointed questions and thoughts. And Bill, we expect a lot from you, since you're very experienced in this area. We're very happy to have you on this committee.
I will just add the quarterly meetings as well. The quarterly reports that are sent out that don't have a meeting, we always welcome any comments or questions out of committee members as well, and we can make sure those get recorded.
Great, thank you so much. Is there any other business that we need to attend to tonight? Have a great summer. See you in October. The meeting's adjourned.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you,
Thanks
Phil.
for being there.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Enjoy your summer.